everybody. My name is Ryan Hung, and this is my ceremonial speech. So, musicians and artists are becoming basically the modern day philosophers. Many people today look to all kinds of celebrities and artists who put themselves out there for the world to see, and many of these figures often bask in the spotlight. But there is one man who has sort of been an enigmatic figure, and his name is Maynard James Keenan. I would like to pay tribute to him for music that he's created that has comforted and inspired me throughout my life. I've been listening to his music for the past 8 years, whether it's been with Tool or Perfect Circle, and I feel that his artistic style and his personality have taught me many things, like how to think critically. He also taught me very interesting musical and vocal techniques, and he also has instilled confidence in me. So his philosophical mindset has given me a very interesting view on reality. I was first exposed to critical thinking and skepticism from Maynard's work, which I have continued to reflect upon in my adulthood. And this he does through lyrics and vocal style. Some of his songs with tools such as Descending, Right into Vicarious talk about more of a cynical side of humanity, which I found interesting in high school thinking about. And he also has songs that are a little more positive, like Lateralis, Intention, Reflection, where he talks about more of the spirituality of humanity and who we are as people. And this is important because radio personality Dick Clark once said that music is the soundtrack of our lives. Like, think about it. Music surrounds us at all times, even though we're not aware of it. So if artists are putting more skeptical and critical thinking ideas and controversial topics in their music, well, that's going to emulate in our brains and it's going to cause us to think a lot more in our lives. Um, and, Maynard would often combine his philosophy with complex music arrangements to kind of, set a tone or prove a point. His style has been very instrumental in my own progression as a singer and even as a musician as a whole. And his unique vocal style in many of his songs is very unconventional. He sings in very weird rhythms, and not really that his melodies are too complex, even though some of them are, but it's more of his rhythmic style of singing, which was interesting. Um, like I remember the first time analyzing a song Lateralis, and it revolves around the Fibonacci sequence, if you know what that is, which is a very complex mathematical concept that can be put into music, which was interesting. He gave an interview to uh, Sammy Hagar, which Spencer Kaufman wrote an article about, and in this interview he relates his music experience to how he did cross country in high school. And he said his vocal style was like running cross country in high school, and everybody has their own breathing patterns, right? It's supposed to just be in, out, in, out, in, out. Well, I was actually running to my footsteps. So if you're over hills or down hills or in chuck holes or whatever, my breath would follow those rhythms, which is weird. Which is kind of an interesting way to look at how, a physical state can affect how one sings, how one experiences music. And his lyrics and his talent stem from his past. He had a very problematic past, and he eventually became ambitious and moved on to try and seek an artistic career, which has inspired his story has inspired me in how I conduct my life. And his childhood, he was plagued with tragedy. His mother was paralyzed at a very young age and eventually died sometime later. And he would go on to, serve in the military, where he would write songs about that as well. Um, and eventually, once he got out of the military, he moved to the West, to Los Angeles specifically, where he would, try to make a name for himself, but not be too egotistical with it. His humility is a very interesting character trait that he has. And so Jonathan Dick, a writer for Vice, did an interview with him, and One of the most important things from that interview that I took away was that Maynard said that you work your whole life, in theory, some people do, on trying to correct your trajectory, or at least deal with the transmute, or deal and transmute some of the negative energies into something positive. To do that, sometimes you have to be vulnerable. So it's this idea of true art and true expression and true growth as a person comes from being vulnerable with yourself and with your past and how you perceive life. And I've learned a lot from that story and what it means to be an aspiring artist, which I've taken in my own experiences. Maynard is a very enigmatic figure in popular music, and he stands as a man, in my opinion, who is very useful to not only learn great musical advice from, but from, philosophy and what it means to be human and just how to conduct yourself if you are a little famous. Um, because, musicians and artists are basically heroes for everybody on the planet, from people who try to inspire others to people who do ask the tough questions of life. And hopefully, this speech will sort of motivate you to, research him and find some of his aspects of his life, as fascinating as I do. Hope everyone has a good weekend, and thank you for listening.